Hi, Preggy Muffins. It's Molly again. Today, I would like to talk about pet peeves of pregnancy and then the hormonal rage that followed because I have really bad PMS today, and I just feel like bitching about stuff. So, stick around and we'll talk about some of these things. My first complaint is a pet peeve of mine when I'm pregnant is when I'm hot and other people were like, I'm cold. Like at a family Christmas, I was like, oh my god, I'm dying of heat. And I feel like I'm gonna fall over and die. And then everyone's like, I'm cold. Put a sweater on, okay? Because you can always add layers on. I can't shed any of this pregnancy. I can't shed any of my fat. I can't get cool any other way. Put a frickin' sweater on. I'm turning the fan on and turning the air conditioner on. I'm sorry that you're cold, but I'm hot and I'm pregnant, so I win. Next topic. Oh god. Is like sometimes I like talking about my pregnancy, but other times I was in a bad mood and just like random people are like, what are you having? I don't know, a giraffe, a tumor. What do you think I'm having? A baby. It's none of your business. Or they're like, are you gonna breastfeed? I don't know. Can you just give me my groceries? Why are we talking about this? It's really none of your business. Or like when I was driving in my car and then some lady was like, do you know that that's a GTP? Like a Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. Don't think I'm fancy at all. It's like a 2005. It's over like a decade old. It's not over a decade old. It's only 9 years old. I am terrible at math. Anywho, and she's like, that is a sports car and it's really dangerous. And I was like, can you just wash my windshield? Like, I didn't come to the car wash to get a lecture from you. Why does everybody who finds out that you're pregnant want to give you a lecture about something? I don't want to hear it. I'm hearing a lot of this, and I want to hear this. Oh, yes. Another thing, don't come up to us pregnant women and tell us that we're fat or that we look huge. Like I was in Fairway. This is for anybody who lives in like the Midwest. I live in Iowa. So I was in Fairway and I was walking with my husband and somebody's like, oh my goodness, you are just huge. You look like you're ready to pop. Yeah, thanks. And she's like, are you due? And my husband's like, no, she's due in 1 month. And I was like, it's none of your business, okay? And I just walked off. My husband's like, he is like way nicer than me and super calm. Um, oh, and another thing, like when people don't heed your pregnancy symptoms, like I was in Walmart, like I know I sound so like country bumpkin, like we're in Fairway, we're in Walmart, but who cares? So I was in Walmart and I wanted to buy a Brita water pitcher because I'm trying to be healthier and we live like it's like a rural town, not rural, but like there's farms everywhere. So I want to get a Brita water pitcher to filter out the carcinogens and whatever. And I hadn't had one, so I go to the checkout line and my poor little sister Jenna's with me, and she was only like 14 at the time. This is with my first pregnancy, and I'm trying to check out and I have a gift card. And the lady's like, ooh, a Brita water pitcher. That sounds fun. How does it work? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to try it out. And she's like, oh, do you know if it works really well? I don't know. I just thought I've never tried it before. And then I was like, I hate to be rude, but I'm really not feeling well. So if we could just hurry this along. And that was me being nice. I was nice. Document that. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she like scans like the little filters and she's like, do these go inside the pitcher? I'm like, I guess so. I don't know. I think so. And she's like, I've just never heard of that. My girlfriend, she tried something. It was called like a reverse osmosis. And I'm sitting there like, don't freak out. Do not freak out. And my little sister Jenna like looks over at me and she knows that I'm going to freak out. And she's like, don't freak out, please. And I was just like, oh my God, stay calm. She's like a middle-aged lady. She's just trying to be friendly. But I already said, like, I don't feel good. Can we just hurry it along? And then after she like finishes ringing me up, and then she's like, well, I hope that works out for you. I mean, it sounds like you said it works pretty well. I don't know if it works well or not because I'm buying it to try it out. So then I give her my gift card and it had like $50 on it and my total was like 35 something. And so she she takes my card and she's like, it looks like the balance is zero, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it away. And then she just holds on to it. And I'm thinking, this lady's trying to scam me. You are trying to scam a pregnant woman. You're trying to scam a pregnant woman here. And I'm like, no, my balance is 0. I don't owe you anything. I owe you 0. The balance on the gift card's right here. It's 15, and I'm pointing at the I'm pointing at the receipt. And I'm like, I do have that much left. And she's like, no, I don't think so. The balance is 0. I'm like, no, I just give me my card back. And she's like, well, I'll just throw it away for you. The balance is 0. And I said, listen, give me my card or I will call the fucking police. So she gave me my card back. I know, trust me. I know how ridiculous I sound right now. And I shouldn't have cussed at her and everything else, but like when you're pregnant, you just don't care. And I warned her. And then she tried to take my money. So I was like, whatever. My next story involves another person telling you that your belly looks big or that you look fat. But this is like going above and beyond. This is like the worst thing that anybody said to me when I was pregnant. Aside from, aside from like work related issues, but I don't work there anymore. So, whoop, whoop. So I was at the post office and I was waiting to mail some packages and I'm like, oh, I just don't feel good. I just want to leave. And this older guy comes up and stands behind me. He must have been like 70 or something. And he's like, how are we feeling, Mom? And I'm like, we're feeling okay. I don't know. I'm okay. And he's like, boy, he's like, you're kind of a heavy gal. And I was like, I guess so. And he's like, how far along are you? And I was like, so, like 6 months. And he's like, are you sure? Because you're just huge. And I was like, I couldn't believe this a-hole saying you're huge to me. Like, who says that? Anywho, he was like, you're huge. And I was like, thanks. And he's like, well, what have you been eating? And as I'm standing there, like, in shock and amazement, I'm like, I don't know, food, I guess. And he's like, well, when I was your age, they just didn't let women get that big. They just, I've heard of women getting big, but you are just pretty mad. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, if I wanted your country bumpkin old ass opinion, I'd ask you, are you a doctor? No. Are you a scientist? I don't even care. And like, you are a weird, creepy old person giving me an opinion and insulting me when I'm at my most vulnerable. So shut the hell up, and I don't want to talk to you again. Yes, I know. Trust me, I know what you're thinking. You are crazy. And I probably was, but I just don't care. And like later I was telling my husband, he's like, did you apologize? I was like, no, I didn't apologize. Why would I apologize for that? And then, so after I say all this, he's just like, whoa. And I was like, you're done. You were done. And then like there was like 7 other people in the post office and it was like silence. It was golden silence. Nobody said anything. And then this other lady looks over at me and she's like in the other line and she's like, and I was like, so, sorry, old man. And I know you're like, oh, they're elderly. I don't care. I don't care. You just don't say that to people. And maybe it'll stop them from telling another pregnant person that they're fat. And maybe I was, but I don't care. And then this is the mother of all pregnancy stories. My first pregnancy, I was working in a restaurant. This was when I was in nursing school. I was working at a Chinese restaurant. And my biggest pet peeve ever was when people would touch my stomach. Like, it is my property. It is not your property. Don't touch my stomach. And some people love it, and that's great if you do. And like, if you have no issues with this whole video, like, disregard what I'm saying. But I'm just here venting to anybody else who might feel this way, thinking, am I crazy for thinking like this? No, you're not crazy. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say about pregnancy, come talk to me and we'll talk about it. Don't feel guilty about not liking being pregnant. That's my number one rule. Like, I love being a mother, and I love having my family, but I hate being pregnant, and it's okay to say that. You can say it to me, go ahead. I feel you, and I don't judge you. Okay, so I was working at this Chinese restaurant, and this lady comes up to pay. I was the hostess, and I was, like, big and pregnant. And she tries to reach across the counter and, like, touch my stomach. And I was like, ooh, no, I don't like that. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I'm a doula. And I was like, I'm a hostess, and I don't want you to touch my stomach. And her husband's like, Mallory, just leave her alone. And she was like, it's okay. She's like, I'm a medical professional. And I was like, I really don't care. I don't like when people touch my stomach. And she's like, oh, it's fine. Then this crazy bitch has the audacity to walk around my counter and come over and approach me as such. Like she's going to touch my stomach. I grabbed her hands and I said, "Excuse me, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't come over and try to touch your stomach because it's sticking out. Just because there's a baby in mine and I'm pregnant doesn't mean that it's just public property for anybody to just come and feel. This isn't the fucking Lincoln Memorial. This is my body, okay? And just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean that it's not still my skin, okay? I didn't reach over and touch your stomach. I told you not to touch my stomach. You are crazy. Get out of my restaurant." And I got written up for that. But it was totally worth it. Totally. That's just a short list of my rants and pet peeves about being pregnant. If you have any comments or questions, put them below and I will love to make more videos. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.